Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to Inside Golf. I'm Harry Donahue. We are back, as you can probably tell, at Aronimink Golf Club in Newtown Square. Recently, the officials here at Aronimink, along with the PGA of America, had a really big announcement. Aronimink, in 3 years, will be the host of the Women's PGA Championship. And 10 years from now, Aronimink will be hosting the Men's PGA Championship. It did the same thing with the men back in 1962, and the winner was Gary Player. That was his second major. Also coming up today, we'll go back to Tullamore, to Lou Guzzi's laboratory, and Lou is going to give us a tip on what we can do to help our putting game during these winter months. So we'll be back in a moment here at Aronimink and later at Tullamore for Inside Golf.
Inside Golf, now celebrating its 20th season, is presented by Destination Montco Golf. 54 courses, 300,000 yards. Check them out at montcogolf.com. By the First Tee of Philadelphia. The First Tee helps young men and women become better golfers, but most important, better people. Get involved. Visit thefirstteephiladelphia.org. By the Golf Association of Philadelphia, GAP, celebrating amateur golf since 1897. By Jersey Man Magazine, it's a Jersey way of life. And by Philly Man Magazine, bringing it to Broad Street. And by Inside Golf's partner since 1998, the Philadelphia Section PGA, experts in the game and business of golf. Take time to thank your local PGA golf professional.
Along with being stewards of the game of golf, your local PGA professional wears many hats.
We are teachers.
We are players.
We are managers.
We are merchandisers.
And community leaders.
But we all wear one badge.
PGA professionals are well-trained experts who work hard to share the joy of golf with our neighbors for over 90 years. To find your local PGA professional, visit phillypga.com. Brought to you by the Philadelphia section of the PGA.
We are the experts in the game and business of golf.
The membership of Aronimink is thrilled to once again partner with the PGA of America and very excited to welcome the best female players in the world to play what Donald Ross called his masterpiece.
Welcome back to Inside Golf. We're here at Aronimink Golf Club in Newtown Square, and look what's coming. Two of the biggest golf events of the calendar year, because in 3 years, the Women's KPMG PGA Championship will be here at Aronimink, followed in 10 years by the Men's PGA Championship. This is the Wanamaker Trophy. And we caught up with Joe Fabrizio, the president of Aronimink, to talk about what it means to him, to the members, and to Philadelphia golf. Joe, we have a big tournament coming up. In fact, we talked to you on our show about the BMW. Now you got a couple more little events. It's been quite a year.
Yes, we're going to be hosting the 2020 KPMG Women's PGA Championship and the 2027 PGA Championship right here in Aronimink.
And the fact that this is such an iconic golf course, I'm sure the PGA of America was glad to come back.
Well, obviously we've had a relationship with them, having hosted the 62 PGA Championship and the 2003 Senior, so we've always kept a dialogue, and the opportunity was presented, and we're here and going to make it happen. We're very excited.
And the logistics. I mean, you did the Tiger Woods event a few years back, 2 years in a row. Now you got the BMW. Then the Women's PGA Championship. The men down the road, that'll be here like that. It's going to be one big smooth transition after another, I would assume, huh?
Our tournament team will be a well-oiled machine, that's for sure.
And for the people in Philadelphia, such a golf enthusiastic area, what's it mean?
It means a whole lot to the area. This area is rabid for golf. Very excited about what we're bringing here and will continue to bring here over the next 10 years. And it's going to be a big boost to our economy and everything that goes on here in the Philadelphia region.
Congratulations. Well done.
Thank you very much.
Susie Whaley is right now the vice president of the PGA America, but by the time the Women's PGA Championship is here at Aronimink, you'll be the big cheese.
Yeah, when the
so you
KPMG
get
Women's
promoted
Golf-
just in time.
Exactly right. November of 2018 is when I'll start the presidency, and yes, when the KPMG Women's PGA Championship comes to Aronimink in 2020, I will be the president.
What went into coordinating both the women's and the men's over a period of 10 years?
We work really hard with our board of directors, our team, our staff, with our partners to establish opportunities at fantastic venues for our championships. We host some of the greatest championships in the world, the Ryder Cup, the PGA Championship, the KPMG Women's PGA Championship, and the KitchenAid Senior PGA Championship. So Kerry Haig is critical to that process. He's our Chief Championships Officer. We look at the dates for these tournaments, obviously. We look at these venues for a long time out. And Aronimink has had this storied past that's amazing. They've hosted our PGA Championship before. They've hosted the KitchenAid Senior PGA Championship, multiple junior events that are championship caliber. So it made perfect sense to have a women's event come here, knowing the Philadelphia community, knowing how much support there is for women's golf in this area, knowing the tremendous crowds that have come out for the LPGA Championship in the past, and it just made perfect sense. The membership, the board couldn't wait to be a part of it. KPMG, our partner in the LPGA, thrilled to be a part of it, and that's where that discussion started.
You have a little bit of history yourself, Susie, with Philadelphia area golf. Give us a short synopsis, how that all started.
Yeah, well, my parents moved to Westchester, Pennsylvania when I was in college, and I worked at Penn Oaks Country Club for a gentleman named Mike Cole, a PGA professional during the summer, because I always had to have a job. My parents always wanted me to have a job. And I played as much golf as I possibly could in the area. My mom played in the Women's Golf Association events here out of Radley Run. My sister lives nearby in Wilmington, Delaware with her family. My niece and nephew play golf here, so it's like coming home.
It's going to be a homecoming.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Well, congratulations, and we look forward to you being the next president of the PGA America when the KPMG Women's PGA Championship comes right here to Aronimink.
Well, I'm looking forward to it too. Thank you.
Well, a big part of the PGA is the Chief Championship Officer. That's a very, very high-ranking title for Kerry Haig, who I'm sure you deserve it. Kerry, you put everything together in terms of laying out the course for the PGA Championship for the men and the women, right?
Absolutely, and I can't wait to return here to Aronimink, which is truly one of the great golf courses in the country, and the history and the tradition that it has, and it's just a great test of golf, and any golfer, man or woman that plays here, is challenged to play this beautiful golf course.
When all was being worked out between the powers that be, did you have a chance to go out there and take a look at all 18 holes here and give your assessment?
A little bit. We knew it was going on. We worked with Gil Hans on a number of occasions, and certainly with the club here. And we were here at the Senior PGA a number of years ago. So we know the club, we know the course very well, and the changes are certainly exciting, sort of restoring some of the bunkering to what it used to be. And for the PGA Championship, well, they're actually still building some tees out.
Yeah, they're stretching out. Gil's still stretching it out a little bit, right?
Right. So, the exact yardage we don't know, but it's probably going to be 72 or 7,300 yards. So, it's 700 or 800 yards difference there. But again, the aim is so that both men and women are hitting a similar type of club into the greens, so that they're getting the same challenge as each other.
So you play it from the greens back, basically, in order to make that happen.
Yeah, but at the same time, try and make sure that, the bunkers that are there are in play, or the hazards, or the features of the golf course are in play for both the men and the women. And, hopefully we can do it in a way that challenges the best players in the world, because both championships are going to have the very best men and women golfers in the game at that time. So
will you still be here 10 years hence? I know 3 years is nothing. 10 years, do you think you'll still be globetrotting around the world doing what you do?
I certainly hope so. I love what I do, and I love coming to venues as great as this. So, God willing, all being well, I'd love to be here.
That goes for both of us. Thanks, Kerry. Good luck. Look forward to seeing you.
Thank you.
So a lot of big things being planned for here at Aronimink. It starts next September, the BMW Championship, and down the road, the PGA Championship for women and men. Coming up next on Inside Golf, we're going to warm up. We're going to Lou Guzzi's laboratory, get near the stove at Talamore, and get a tip or two from the former PGA Teacher of the Year. That's next on Inside Golf.
Golf course, to Philadelphia, where golf is more than a game.
Success requires hard work. No way around it. Realize timing is key. Be willing to push yourself. Stay in control. Trust technology to support you. My father once said, "Doesn't matter what you do in life, just be the best at it."
Welcome back to Inside Golf. We're at Talamore. We're at Lou Guzzi's laboratory getting ready for the wintertime and how to stay in shape with a few tips or two. And Lou, let's get it out of the way. We talked about it in the opening.
We did.
Yips, not with the putter, but with the chipping motion, right? It happens.
Yeah, it does.
And what are you going to do to
Unfortunately, it's happened
get
to
over
some really good players too. Not just amateurs, but to golf professionals as well and PGA Tour players.
Did they talk about it? Did I mention the word? The Y word?
It's not fun. And if you've experienced the yips with putting or chipping, I certainly experienced it with putting years ago. The best way I can describe it is you're in a position where you feel like you can't move forward. And then all of a sudden you try to move forward and there's a force pushing the other way. Next thing you know, whoop, whoop, you yip it. But, for our chipping, I've got a little tip here that might be able to help the viewers out.
Let's take a look.
Okay.
It's all yours.
One of the things that we want to do with a good chip is obviously get set up. So I'll go over pretty much the fundamentals real quickly here. We're setting up.
Now you have what there? It's
This is a sand wedge, 56 degree.
Okay.
And I'm going to just have the ball basically in the middle of my stance. And all we're going to do is we're going to kind of get the arms and hands a little closer to the body. And we're just making a little body turn back and through. I'm going to brush the ground, and this is the key. I'm going to brush the ground just a little bit behind the ball. So visualize a quarter right behind the golf ball, and all you're trying to do is clip the coin.
So you're not trying to hit the back of the ball, you're trying to hit just maybe quarter, half inch behind where the ball is.
That's right, and I'm actually going to use the bounce on the club, so the trailing edge, which is back here, is going to hit the ground first. This way the club won't dig. One of the things that gets people in trouble when the yips start to come is that leading edge right here actually hits the ground first, and then it actually digs into the ground, and then of course the yips come. The other thing that we're going to do, when we make this little body move back and through, I'm actually going to initiate the downswing with the rotation of my hips. So I'm going to be light with grip pressure, arms and hands are nice and relaxed, rotate the body but initiate the downswing with the hips, club's nice and light, soft hands, soft chips. Here we go. So I'm going to get set up, just a little bit of ground, right before the ball. That's where I'm going to put my eyes too. So I'm going to visualize clipping the coin, rotate the hips. That's going to move the club into position beautifully. We're not going to feel like that throw from the arms and hands that gets us in trouble with
Now you're using the sand wedge, but the same principles are involved whether you're hitting with a sand wedge or 9-iron, or maybe some people on a longer chip with a 7-iron or something like that.
That's right. So I have a 7-iron here. I'm going to do the exact same thing. Now the ball's going to come out a lot lower. One of the things you want to do, Harry, when you're chipping is you want to look at the green, evaluate where you want to land the ball. That's your intermediate target. From there, what club with the lie that you have, and in this case it's a good lie, landing the ball to the intermediate target and allowing it to roll the rest of the way to the flag. So obviously if the flag's closer to us and we land the ball just on the green, we're going to need a higher lofted club.
You're not hitting a 7-iron.
No, but
Yeah.
I'll tell you what though, a lot of people don't know this, and they don't know they can chip with hybrids, 5-irons, 7-irons, wedges. They just grab that lob wedge or sand wedge and they go. They throw the ball too far onto the green, they're not utilizing enough green. Let's get the ball down low, let's get it running as quick as we can like a putt.
You know what else we see, especially with tour pros, is that little motion, usually with a higher club like a sand wedge or a wedge, where they hit it close to the pin, it'll take one bounce and then bingo,
Yep.
stops. They got a lot of spin on it. How does that happen?
Well, part of it is the fact that they're aggressive with their wedges. And a lot of people, they're intimidated by the wedge, so they're not aggressive with it. They're not
When you
crisp
say
enough with
aggressive, you mean speed-wise at impact?
That's right. You know, so that nice crisp look when they hit the chip, you'll see sometimes a bigger backswing with a short abbreviated follow through. So going back to the wedge, and then they get that extra spin on there. And remember, when you're taking a little bit of the ground with a brushing action, not a downward strike,
you're going to get that ball riding up on the face beautifully, and it'll have a nice little spin to it. Light grip pressure, soft arms and hands, you're going to get a nice soft shot. Harry, I'm just going to hit one shot here with the 7-iron, using the same technique with about the same energy that I just put into that wedge. And there's a totally different flight.
A lower launch angle, but it's going to hit and then roll out.
It's going to roll out
to a farther away pin.
Yeah, and it could be a flag that's in the back of the green, 2 levels. You hit the bottom level, it goes up the hill. You need that little giddy up from the 7-iron, runs to the back, might get it up and down.
So all your problems with yips when it comes to chipping have been solved here in the laboratory.
Pressure, initiate with that lower body.
We got time for maybe one more winner tip. What would you like to go into your bag and bring out? How about everybody needs some help with this?
Yeah, I mean,
club.
One of the things that we can do is whatever stroke you have, work on it. Get the ball rolling. Now, as far as putting, putt down the hallway. Work on speed control, work on your stroke. You're in your hallway. You're looking at where that door is. Maybe it's at 20 feet, 25 feet. Keep your head nice and steady. Watch the ball roll. Try to get it in between the doorway. Go through the doorway. And
on a scale of 1 to 10, what's your grip pressure when you putt?
I would say
10 being holding on in the veins you're popping, 1 being you could just pull it right out of your hand.
About a 2.
Okay, in both the right and left.
Yeah, and what's going to happen too is once you start stroking it, it's going to tighten up a little bit. But you want to try to keep as much tension out of your putting stroke as possible. The 2 things that I tell all my students, speed control, number 1. You have to have the ability to roll that ball and get it close to the hole. And then 6 feet and in. Practice your putting from 6 feet and in. And then when you're on the putting green, if you have the opportunity to take 1 ball, putt for 9 or 18 holes, keep score, and you're going to be in great shape because now you're simulating play. Mark your ball, evaluate the putt, give yourself 3 putts maybe that are easy, medium, 3 that are hard for 9 holes. Keep the score, date it, and then do it again and try to beat your score.
And see how you're doing.
That's right.
All right. Stay with us. More to come on Inside Golf. Next, the Teed Off panel talks about the criteria for eligibility for the World Golf Hall of Fame. He was.
That counts for a lot.
He was. Welcome back. It's time for Teed Off here on Inside Golf from beautiful Bluestone Country Club in Bluebell, Pennsylvania. And in fact, that's a perfect lead into one of our panelists, Chris Gardner, who is the head PGA professional here at Bluestone. It's been a great year, I'm sure. Membership up, everybody's happy.
Everybody's
great
happy,
golf
numbers
course.
are up, clubhouse renovated. We're sitting on the back patio now with the fire pit. Everything's gone really well in 2017 for us.
Right, I mean, we've been here before under some extreme heat conditions. Now we got the nice fall weather, and like you said, the fire pit couldn't be nicer. Thanks for having us.
Thank you very much.
All right, also Jeff Surrett, who is the executive director of the Philadelphia section, PGA of America, and the man who puts out myphillygolf.com, Joe Logan. Joe, you used to have a vote, did you, for the World Golf Hall of Fame?
I did.
You were on the committee or whatever, electors?
A number of media people, and I was one of them.
Oh, man. Okay, that's our topic today, criteria to get into the World Golf Hall of Fame. I know it has to do with the number, first your age, you have to be at least 50. It has to do with the number of wins you had, and if you, in the case of the men, I guess had a certain number of majors, that also kind of ups your chances. But a lot of people say, well, wait a minute. Okay, talk about, you know, a guy like Colin Montgomery, great player in Europe, merit of honor about what, 5 or 6 times?
7 times, I believe.
7 times, which means he was the leading money winner. Never
won a major. Yeah.
Never won a major, and I don't know, does he have an American win? I don't know if he has a PGA Tour win, but he's in the World Golf Hall of Fame. Does he deserve to be there?
That's a borderline call, and in fact,
and it's not like he got there based on his popularity, right? He wasn't a warm and fuzzy guy.
Well,
he is now because he's on TV all the time.
A line about Colin Montgomery, you know, he was very sensitive, and he could hear a butterfly kicking up a fuss 2 fairways over.
Can you save that for another show?
You know, he barely got in. He barely got 50%.
So he had rabbit ears, and he barely got in.
Now you have to have 75%. But they've already changed it. It used to be age 40. So you had guys who were active players still out there who got into the Hall of Fame. It used to be only 10 victories. They've raised it to 15. They've raised the age to 50. You've got to have 2 majors. But where Colin Montgomery excelled, you don't think about this, is he was one of Europe's greatest Ryder Cup players.
He was.
And that counts for a lot.
He was, yes,
and
that does.
For the World Golf Hall of Fame, that's very, very important. I always like him because he was one of the great interviews. You know, whatever he didn't do on the golf course, he is thoughtful and well-spoken and articulate, and that goes a long way.
He has some great facial expressions too, doesn't he? When he starts. Jeff, talk about some guys who won majors, multiples, and yet will probably never be inducted into the World Golf Hall of Fame. Here's a couple names for Andy North. He's never going to play. He's
a great commentator.
Great commentator. Okay. Big fan of the what is it? University of Wisconsin,
yeah.
I believe. Okay. Retief Goosen.
Right.
Maybe he will. I doubt it. Another guy, Lee Jansen. Lee Jansen had to play back to get his card, didn't he, a couple of years ago?
That's right.
And yet he has 2 U.S. Opens.
Yeah. Well, I think Joe talked about it a little bit with you did about Colin Montgomery not being the most warm and fuzzy. I think there's guys like Freddie Couples that he won a major, had a collection of tour wins, and then got in. But I would think, Joe, when you're looking at that slate of votes, you're thinking, man, I really like that guy. He wasn't great to talk to. He wasn't warm and fuzzy. So it's 15 wins worldwide. What are the allied associations to the PGA Tour and/or 2 majors, and then I think it's 5. You have to be 5 years removed from active play now as well. So will they ever get in? Probably not. But I think when you look at golf, I would say golf is probably one of the least subjective groups to get in, to break into the Hall of Fame. When they talk about football or baseball, I don't know that there's a minimum requirement for football or baseball as far as numbers are concerned. Would you know that, Joe?
I don't.
They're not.
Think there are.
No. And Chris, the LPGA has its own Hall of Fame, and it's on a point system. I think it's if you get 1 point for a tour win, and you get 2 points for a major win, you have to accumulate. I think it's 27 points. Okay, which seems maybe, if you look it up, I mean, if the men went to that, maybe you would not see a guy like a Freddie Couples in there.
I think that I like that more, a little more objective than subjective. The career, the Hall of Fame, the World Golf Hall of Fame should be a career achievement, certainly. And you could have a hot couple of years, win your 2 or 3 majors in a 3 or 4 year span, and you become a Hall of Famer. But it should be a longevity award along with where you were at your best. And I don't know if some of those guys that you had mentioned deserve to be Hall of Famers at their best. Retief Goosen in the late 90s, early 2000s was almost as good as anybody out there. He was compared to Woods and Mickelson.
And Couples at one time, I think, was ranked number 1 in the world.
Probably in 92.
For a short time.
And he won a couple tour championships.
Yes. Yeah, which would give, maybe in the women's thing, that would add a couple more.
Well, their Hall of Fame's too hard to get into.
Too hard?
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's another show. Hey, listen, one thing about the World Golf Hall of Fame, they do have a media wing, don't they?
They do.
Are you, no,
you
you
know
never
what?
voted for yourself?
They have not
you
yet
couldn't
told
lobby
me
enough journalists to get
I just got the ballot to put you in, so
Thank
we'll
you.
work it out.
Well, hey, does George H.W. Bush belong in there? He's in there.
Is he?
Yes, he is.
For what? Contributions to the game?
I'll go with that.
All right. Did you have his picture taken? No, we won't go down there. Gentlemen, thanks for joining us. Thanks for having us at Bluestone. And this Hall of Fame panel is going to take a break, and we'll be back with more of Inside Golf in a moment.
Located in Blue Bell, just a short drive from Plymouth Meeting, Bluestone Country Club offers a setting that's close at hand but feels like a world away. Bluestone offers a championship caliber golf course, practice facilities including a large driving range, separate chipping and putting areas, and a staff of PGA professionals. At the Country House at Bluestone, you'll find excellent food, superb service, and an outstanding setting. Their expert staff will assist in planning your next event, whether it's a wedding or simply a lunch and dinner or cocktail party. Check out Bluestone's variety of membership options. Much more than a golf course, Bluestone is a community. Hey viewers of Inside Golf, have you heard about Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine? Published by ex-Eagles and Philadelphia Stars tight end Ken Dunnick, these magazines offer the very best in content on subjects of interest to men. Writers include Glenn Macnell, Bill Line, and George Anastasia. And you can increase your business by attending our monthly private parties as an advertiser. Call 856-912-4007 or email ken@jerseymanmagazine.com for more information.
Along with being stewards of the game of golf, your local PGA professional wears many hats.
We are teachers.
We are players.
We are managers.
We are merchandisers.
And community leaders.
But we all wear one badge.
PGA professionals are well-trained experts who work hard to share the joy of golf with our neighbors for over 90 years. To find your local PGA professional, visit phillypga.com. Brought to you by the Philadelphia section of the PGA.
We are the experts in the game and business of golf.
That's going to do it for this week's edition of Inside Golf. Hey, mark your calendar, because here at Aronimink, it's the place to be. Next September, the BMW Championship. In 3 years, the Women's PGA Championship. And then down the road, 10 years from now, the Men's PGA Championship here at Aronimink in Newtown Square. I'm Harry Donahue. Remember, no matter how bad it's going for you out there, don't pick up. See you next time on Inside Golf.
Inside Golf, now celebrating its 20th season, is presented by Destination Montco Golf. 54 courses, 300,000 yards. Check them out at montcogolf.com. By the First Tee of Philadelphia. The First Tee helps young men and women become better golfers, but most important, better people. Get involved. Visit thefirsttphiladelphia.org. By the Golf Association of Philadelphia, GAP, celebrating amateur golf since 1897. By Jersey Man Magazine, it's a Jersey way of life. And by Philly Man Magazine, bringing it to Broad Street. And by Inside Golf's partner since 1998, the Philadelphia Section PGA, experts in the game and business of golf. Take time to thank your local PGA golf professional.